Welcome back to the deep dive. Today we're jumping into some pretty dense military history from the biblical book of Joshua.
Yeah, specifically chapter 10, verses 29 through 43.
Right. And our mission, really, is to look at this incredibly rapid conquest of southern Canaan and try to unpack what the text itself says is the key factor for that speed.
It's a fascinating puzzle. I mean, the whole campaign kicks off so suddenly because Gibeon sends out this, urgent plea for help.
And then almost immediately, the entire southern region is just captured at one time.
Which, from an ancient military standpoint, just doesn't make any sense. The speed is baffling.
It really is. Okay, so let's just trace the path for a second. They move from Makeda, then they go against Libnah, but then they lay siege to Lachish. And Lachish was, a major fortified city in the region.
A huge one. And sieges back then.
Yeah.
They could take months, sometimes years.
Exactly. But the source material here is very specific. It says Lachish fell on the second day.
The second day. It's unbelievable. And then it just keeps going.
Like dominoes falling.
Yeah, from Lachish to Eglon, then Hebron, then Debir. They just sweep across this huge area from Kadesh Barnea all the way up to Gibeon.
And running alongside this whole campaign is a very non-negotiable instruction, isn't there?
Oh, absolutely. Verse 40 makes it crystal clear that this was all done exactly as the Lord God of Israel commanded.
And that command involved the devotion to destruction of everything that breathed. I mean, it was total compliance.
It was. So if we're looking for the reason why they succeeded so quickly, verse 42 gives us what seems like a really simple answer.
Right. It just says Joshua captured all the land because the Lord God of Israel fought for Israel.
Okay, but then
you have to ask, well, wait a minute. If God was doing all the fighting, why did Joshua and the army have to march from city to city and fight these bloody battles?
That is the critical insight right there. The text seems to demand we see two conditions for victory.
Okay.
Divine action is the source of the power, for sure. But that power was only achieved because Israel satisfied that second condition.
And that condition was their obedience.
Their absolute obedience. They did exactly what he commanded, no matter how difficult or severe it seemed.
And this is where the historical context becomes so interesting, because you really have to contrast this generation with the one that came before it.
The first generation, the one that Moses led out of Egypt.
Yeah, and the irony is just, it's huge. That first generation, they saw the most incredible miracles, like the Red Sea parting.
The biggest ones you could imagine. And yet, they doubted God's promise about the land, they disobeyed, and
they ended up dying in the wilderness.
Exactly. But this second generation, led by Joshua, they don't see these massive miracles. They're just given these difficult, very specific instructions.
And they follow them. Their trust and their follow-through is what the narrative directly links to this sweeping success.
The theme is pretty clear. Amazing, seemingly impossible things happen when God's people align their actions with his commands.
So if you're listening, what does all this mean for you? This pattern in the text suggests that seeing incredible work and, power in your own life isn't about your own strength.
Not at all. It's not about having the perfect strategy. The text links it directly to obedience.
Which really leaves us all with a challenge, I think.
It does.
If joyful obedience is what unlocks this kind of divine action,
then what specific promise or what command is the source material suggesting God is asking you to obey in your life right now?
The one that you might be hesitating on.
Exactly. Because the text implies that the real breakthrough, the victory, it starts the moment you stop hesitating and just choose to follow through.